Okay, let's find our Neolithic settlement. No bears or boars. Okay, I come in peace. I mean, if I was somebody from the ancient peoples, what I would do is sacrifice here. I just need to be careful not to sacrifice myself by accident. So right at the start of the path near the forest, there is some asparagus. As you can see, since it's late May, it's already quite developed, and this wouldn't be tasty. So I wouldn't pick this for eating. There are older ones there, and as you can see, somebody already picked here earlier, which is to be expected. What is interesting here is no matter how far you go into the woods, off tracks or anywhere, you always find evidence of asparagus being picked by humans. So quite amazing to think there is no place humans are not reaching, really. The weather is threatening today, and there are possibilities of rain. Much more tomorrow than today, but you never know. And these, everything is filled with them. This is a kind of bindweed called morning glory. And this is the old wall. You know me, always looking at walls for some reason. So today I'm going to explore not the Hillfort, imagine that, but it's an ancient settlement that was settled from the Neolithic times up to the Bronze Age, with many caves, artifacts which I may or may not find. It just makes it even more interesting to think, will I or will I not be able to find them? Of course, I have to be respectful, so no digging or anything like that. But if I happen to see something quite visible, I will record it and be happy about it. So let's go. Today the goal is to stay dry and to find some interesting things. These ones are called the hooks here, and you can see certainly why. When they are very young, they are eaten just like asparagus, and as you can see, they are found near asparagus. They are a bit less cherished because they are much more bitter. Oh, there is one asparagus there, a huge one, a bit gone off, but another one there. Sorry, I digress. So people here actually pick these, even those old parts of the plant I think are toxic, but when it's very young and when you prepare it properly, cook it, it's okay to eat. And people here do eat it. Usually I see it as some kind of, second prize. If you cannot find asparagus, you take these. They can be prepared the same way. They have quite similar taste, but in my experience they are much more bitter. So, oh really, this place is just full of asparagus, and I come here now when they are out of season. It's okay, that's my fault. Here you can see somebody picked these two. They stopped growing here. There's a clear cut, and the one next to it, the same thing. Okay, let's find our Neolithic settlement. As I was going through here, you know, through all the bushes and thorns and shrubs, trees, sweating like a pig and trying not to get scratched too much, I wondered to myself why I do all this. You know, I could have been on the beach and drinking a cold drink and having a swim. But this is why. Might not mean much to some people, but means a lot to me. Beautiful clearing in the middle of the forest and the Neolithic and Bronze Age settlement. All these rocks you see, so this is not a typical Hillfort, this is not Hillfort actually at all. It's not on the top of the hill, and I think the excavations show there was some wall surrounding about 1/4 of the entire area, but this is not Hillfort, it's just a semi-open settlement even from the Neolithic till the Bronze Age. A lot of arrowheads and spearheads, tools were found here. As you can see, it would be a bit hard to find anything because of the vegetation and all the dead dried leaves. But this is the thing, so there are these huge rocks on the sides, they are up to 6 meters tall, and between them there are these gaps where people lived. It was very convenient, you know, you are hidden from 2, maybe even 3 sides somewhere, and there are even some small caves and parts you could crawl in certain areas. So you can imagine this was very convenient for the people. I mean, I don't think why would it be only from the Neolithic. I'm sure even Paleolithic and earlier people discovered this and they liked what it offers. So it was just that artifacts from that time were not found, so you cannot confirm it really. But when you think about it, every terrain that provides a shelter and is convenient was settled at some point. And you can even feel it with your lizard brain. See the gap? No bears or boars. Okay, I come in peace. And take a look at this. Now this is not natural, this is man-made. This is typical of very old walls, covered in moss, thick moss. They are huge rocks. Well, not maybe huge, they're certainly not monolithic or something, but they are big. And this wall was used to probably create a part of the shelter, which this gap was also part of. I mean, you don't have to be a scientist to make guesses. I am just speculating here, but this is also what one of the finds were saying. So the gaps were used for people to sleep in and to live in. I imagine the tribe settling here, protecting it from all sides, having bonfires at night, discussing the previous day's hunt and the next day's missions. I can feel it as it's happening right now. Look at this. This might be one of the bigger ones, maybe 6 meters or so. Let's see. Let's go a bit further and see what we will find. This also was part of the wall, I believe, which makes sense. It's perfect entrance to the entire area here between these two rocks. And the rocks are amazingly rectangular. It's like they were carved with this in mind by nature. Here it is, another one of the perfect examples of something that used to be here. A man-made wall, there's no doubt about that, which took advantage of natural terrain to create perfectly almost rectangular place to live, I guess. Let's see. So I'm at the top of one of the rocks, and as you can see, it's quite rectangular looking. And I'm lucky there's not a lot of the sun today, because I would burn. It wouldn't be as pleasant, even with my hat everybody is mocking me about. The clouds are coming. So I imagined that people that lived here also did this sort of things. Probably were as scarred and as dirty from all the plants as I am. But I wanted to tell a short story that's kind of embarrassing. So this is stone moss. Actually stonecrop, I think, some kind of yellow stonecrop or something. It's usually used in gardens as well. Obviously in rock gardens, because it prefers this terrain. I believe it's kind of a succulent plant. But anyway, one day I was going to shopping, the usual stuff, and I noticed it, and I actually bought it for several euros. Maybe I bought 2 or 3 of these, not sure. And when I finished buying it, as I was getting home, I passed by an area that was filled with them. They were free versus the several euros I gave for them. But okay, I just checked them today in my garden, and they're alive and well. But I must say I'm not proud of that. But let's think of it this way. I saved them from rotting in that shopping mall, and now they are alive and well. I wonder if the rain will start. The forecast was not very convincing. They were like, maybe it will, maybe not. That's something I can say as well. But okay. I don't think I will be able to find any kind of artifacts or anything, because as you could see when I was deeper in the forest, the ground is quite thick. It's filled with dried leaves, with organic material that collected over the years. And in my case, it's actually thousands of years. So I would have to dig deep or be extremely lucky to find anything. And I don't think I will be extremely lucky, and I certainly won't dig. So there you have it. Wonder what this is. It's a bit unusual. Or it's just my brain, everything is just unusual to me. Let's see what's up there. Probably nothing or not a lot, but okay. The gap. So maybe on this and that side there was a kind of a gap or semi-cave or something that people used sometimes. Beautiful. Any ghosts here? No, I don't think so. I don't think they would understand me even if they were here. But yeah. Okay, these are some ferns. Some kind of ferns. But beside them and stone crops and other similar succulents, I don't see really much of the plants here. There's a much better choice inside the forest and in some kind of clearings. Asparagus, didn't see it a long time. It's been maybe 5 minutes. Asparagus here. But do you know what I notice? And I'm happy about? Nobody picked these. This is very rare that I see this. I don't see any sign of asparagus being picked. Well, not a sure sign at least. Any ghosts here? No. A bunch of fresh asparagus. It's already quite grown, but you can see it's very young compared to the older, darker green one. It's more soft, fluffy. I wouldn't be surprised to find shoots. Aha, okay, wait a minute. This one is suspicious. Clear cut. Now, was it human or was it something else? I don't know. Not even sure what eats asparagus at this point. The wind. It's beautiful. Just to sit and think about life. You know, I could do this without recording, and most of the time I'm not recording, of course, but I do want to present this. I do want to maybe inspire some, I don't know, to show that you can make a stop, to take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, few hours, few days, and stop thinking about the bills and your corporate jobs and stuff. Okay, now I'm biased because I'm talking about myself, but everybody can find a link with their own lives and stuff that's going on. That is going on there. So not everything is about being in a hurry all the time. I know certainly I'm not, and I found my favorite plants that I find on all the Hillforts and everywhere else on those ancient sites is the winter savory. Have my foraging bag, and I'll take just a few. See, it's not a lot of them, and I try not to take the entire root out, but maybe I could take one out on purpose and try to plant it. Maybe I'll do just that. I'm not sure if I will be able to achieve it, but you cannot sue me for trying, can you? Look, this one is all dry. Too bad. I'll just leave these alone. They are small in numbers anyway, so maybe I'll play with some other batch. Look at this dry tree next to the gap. Wonder what kind of tree it were. Who knows? Maybe same like the next one, some juniper or something. And another thing, I just don't get it. The Terebinth. So I talked about this multiple times, and just like the winter savory, I always find it on top of these sites. Ancient Bronze Age and earlier and later Hillforts and ancient settlements. It's always there. In this case, this one. And throughout the Bronze Age, there were many rituals, legends, and stuff surrounding the Terebinth tree. I know that I might be repeating this every time I see it in my videos, and I apologize for that, but I'm so fascinated by this tree actually. Sometimes I wonder, does it follow me or I follow it? I mean, considering it can't walk, it's probably me following it, but okay. Oh, that's where you're hiding. There are a few of them following me around. So they like this, whatever this is. Oh, I like it as well. Oh, hello from the other side. Let's see, what do we have here? Here's some primates screaming. Somewhere over there. Maybe those are the ghosts. Wait. Shotgun. Huh. So some hunters find this part convenient to shoot at birds. Oh, this is interesting. There's 3 or 4 huge rock blocks. Rectangular almost as all the others. And the gaps between them. This is where people used to live. I know I said it a million times so far, but I like to say it. Beautiful. Oh, okay, winter savory here is more prevalent than that stonecrop, as you can see. There are patches of it all around. And stonecrop is scattered in smaller areas. So it's like a different ecosystem. Not really, I know, but it's just different micro variation of something. Oh, see the gap. Now I wouldn't be too happy if my leg would fall here. Side is, I mean, nobody would. Look at this. What do we have here? I mean, if I was somebody from the ancient peoples, what I would do is sacrifice here. So I would throw the sacrifices inside because it's so convenient. Look at this, it's all natural. I just need to be careful not to sacrifice myself by accident. So beautiful. Even more so with these clouds that are threatening. Any ghosts? I don't know about ghosts, but these small gaps are perfect for living in them. They're large enough, small enough to be protected. So I wondered, these tribes that lived here, maybe they had children that were as playful and, a bit weird like me. So the children would jump around and they would tease the adults. They would throw rocks and stuff, branches on them from the tops. It's quite possible. That was one of the scenes. I mean, it's universal human behavior, isn't it? Beautiful. Oh, the sun is coming. I don't like that on these areas. You really have nowhere to hide necessarily. Maybe there's some terebinth trees. There are always those, it seems. Oh, this one. I think there was something similar up there. It was some kind of maple, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me if I am. But whatever it is, it gives me shade. It's pretty. I'm teasing this bird. This is the first time I actually pay attention. And I caught it. Caught the sound of it. So I'm teasing the male, I guess that marks its territory. Or calls him females or whatever. I think those two are the basics. Let's see if they will come. Oh, listen. There is a distant music coming from humans. From up there. But don't you think that is any different from the mating calls of the birds? See, I hear females laughing and chattering. I think the males are scoring there with the mating songs. There is another rock there. But I cannot really jump that far. I'm not Prince of Persia. So I'll just go back, chill a bit. And if something interesting happens, if there are storms or anything, I will be ready to record.